Hi, hello, good morning. I'm currently in the processes of still packing some of my stuff. Now, a lot of what I'm still packing at the moment is actually kitchenalia. So, when you are packing, a lot of people tend to get enough fluster. I myself am one of them. And you think, oh my God, how am I going to pack stuff? How am I going to pack stuff? And one of the best ways to actually pack anything is banana boxes. Yes, that's right. You've heard it from me. Banana boxes. I'm not going to say where you should get them from or how you should get them. But again, it's all part of my reduce, reuse, recycle, and upcycle. Obviously, yes, you do need to be aware that the banana boxes themselves, they are made of cardboard, but that does not mean that they may not have been sprayed with chemicals during shipping or prior to shipping to prevent the bananas from going off or to prevent them from having unwanted visitors that obviously we don't want in the United Kingdom, such as insects that will use banana trees as their home. Now, another good way of packing, if you're in a fluster, is your clothing. Yes, that's right. I've actually packed some of my stuff into my socks, in with my jumpers, in with my trousers, anything you can basically use as padding. One of the good things, obviously, about packing your clothes with things that are of value or, that can be breakable, can't get the words out today, is that they are then contained. And these here I have are, I believe they are polystyrene, I'm afraid, but they are like packing peanuts. And I have got bags and bags and bags of these things. And you're probably thinking to me, oh my God, that is a health and safety and fire hazard waiting to happen. Yeah, I totally agree. I have had these things in storage. They have been donated to me by people that obviously work in industries where they still use packing peanuts. Now, nowadays, these aren't always made of polystyrene. Sometimes they are now made of a biodegradable material. So when you are looking for things like this online, look to see what they're made of. Now, with my peanuts, providing they don't end up all over the floor, when I don't need them anymore, so when I am rehoused and I find somewhere new to live, all of these packing peanuts will then go back into a clear plastic bag so I know exactly what they are, where they are, and then they can be reused by somebody else. So I do not want to be throwing something like this into landfill, because it is something that can be reused again and again and again and again by other people. So if anyone is obviously struggling for packing material or looking for a way of packing stuff cheaply, effectively, but like myself is very conscious about how that could be a detrimental to the environment. I know it's the old cliche, every little helps. Any step towards reducing what ends up in a landfill or reducing your carbon footprint, it all starts with you. But it's true. This is a pumpkin that I brought. I haven't used it for a display. I was going to, but I didn't in the end. And there was a lady making these, and what she again has done is she has upcycled like clothing. This may have even at one point been a jumper, and she's filled it with obviously the legal stuffing that you can now get. You can get it from most places, will sell it, you can get off the market. I think places like The Work sell it, Hobbycraft. If not, you can get it offline. So make sure the stuffing that you're using is certified as being, safe. You do have to be careful because there will still be things that are stuffed with products that may not necessarily pass EU regulations or British standard regulations. And I know I brought this from her. It was handmade. It had a label on it saying handmade, is flammable, so she did all her due diligence to make sure that this product was safe to be sold. But then you always have the whole buyer beware thing, because if you've seen any of my other videos where I've took apart a bed, or I've took apart a piece of furniture, or I've took apart a mattress, you can clearly see that some of the packaging in there, the stuffing they've used, has been upcycled, recycled materials, which in one way is brilliant. It's what we want. But in another way, you know, would that material, if it was to be tested, would it pass the health and safety regulations? That is the question. A lot of stuff is imported, as we know, from abroad, primarily China, and their regulations are a lot different to what we have in the EU and within the United Kingdom and also in America. So I'm all for buying British. I'm all for, you know, knowing where something is made, manufactured and purchased. And this is why I'm showing this video today, because like I said, it's about reducing, reusing, upcycling and repurposing stuff. So don't go out and buy bubble wrap, don't go out and buy packaging, because even if you put a post on social media saying, I'm moving house, I need help, can anyone help me? There's probably 2, maybe 4 people nowadays in your street who are in the same situation, and if you all clubbed together, you may even be able to purchase a van for the day and say, okay, you know, I'm using this storage unit, and then like, oh, so am I. Really? Okay. How much is it going to cost for a van? £100, 200, 300, whatever. Okay, well, tell you what, I only live 4 doors up the road from you. I'm being made homeless too. Yeah, sorry to hear that, mate. You know, so am I. You know what? Instead of paying £800 to have something delivered to the same storage container, why don't we just split the cost? And the reason I'm saying that is because the amount of people at this moment in time who are being made homeless within the UK, obviously I can't talk about anywhere else, is absolutely shocking. Nuneaton and Bedworth Borough Council just published one of their papers of how many people were struggling to be housed. I think it was something like October 2025. We're now in January 2026, and I know that every single day the amount of for sale signs that are going up in the street where I'm currently still living, how many properties are being turned into HMOs or rent-a-room, it's just absolutely shocking. So, like I said, reduce, reuse, upcycle and repurpose. Thank you.